Hey, welcome back. How's it going, guys? Man, Matt's
It's going.
podcast. It's a little
How's it
bit,
going?
it's a little bit colder than usual.
It is a little colder in this room, actually.
Yeah, yeah. Wash your pipes. They might bust.
Hey,
I saw that it snowed in Alabama. They had 7 inches of snow yesterday.
really?
Yeah,
Alabama? They
Alabama.
must be struggling.
Yeah, Houston had snow.
I heard that.
And it makes you wonder how the insulation is in those houses.
Right? Yeah. I. Who knows? I mean, it keeps the cool in the summer, right? So hopefully it keeps the cold out in the winter.
Yeah, because I wonder if the cooling is like be able to circulate air above the air. When it comes to heat and cold, you're losing heat. Because is it
Mm,
you say it's easier to keep cool inside than it is to keep heating because usually heat moves from hot to cold, right?
right.
For example, thermos or a
Mm,
cooler is vacuum seal, right?
yeah, I mean, yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right on that. I don't know. Yeah, I should know. I took a
Yeah,
class on it back in
yeah.
college.
I remember like here I like barely touching on it, but like because like about like temperature wise,
Yeah,
thermodynamics is called.
yeah, yeah.
Because they usually like to hotter because a lot of people say no, close the door because you let the air out. But it's actually no, it's the other way. Heat comes in, you let the air out.
Yeah,
The AC. A lot of people use it
right.
because usually that moves faster because heat.
What's that?
Temperature wise, heat moves faster because of less energy compared to cold.
That's right. Well, yeah. I mean, it kind of depends. I think part of the reason the all right, part of the reason you have to put more energy into heating than you do into cooling is because of the temperature difference between the outside cold air and the inside warm air is greater, and so the greater the differential, the faster the heat transfer. So in the summertime, when you're only cooling to 68 and it's 90 outside, you have a 20-degree differential versus the winter when you're trying to heat to 70, but it's 30 outside. There's a 40
Different.
degree. Yeah.
Some people want to work with the set or negative two below.
Yeah. I woke up, I guess it was yesterday or the day before. Some of my friends up in Maine were in a group chat and they were texting how cold it was, and it was like -10. Like, well, they're all going to work.
Yeah, it's known in Florida too. So
Yeah.
you can imagine you try to get away from the cold and you go to Florida for vacation this week and it freaking snow.
Right.
Like, damn it,
That's bad luck.
that sucks. I think it was New Orleans that said they have more snow today than they had in the last 100 years.
Really?
Yeah. And you know what sucks there? When it all melts, the city's below sea level. What's drainage like in there?
True.
A nightmare.
Pump it out or something. I don't know.
Oh,
Whatever they do.
they have like tractors, like bulldozers cleaning the street because they don't have plows there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez. But for today's topic, we're going back to we got a little sidetracked with the
A
weather.
little rabbit trail.
Yeah. For today's episode, we try to talk about evolution of Jiu-Jitsu, not just in the sport itself, but also in other aspects like in MMA. Do you think that the sport itself is still dominant in MMA?
I don't think it's the number one, but I think it's hard to not know any of it. I think if you don't know anything or you don't know enough, I mean, granted, wrestling seems to be the dominant one in my opinion right now. But I think if you don't know any jiu-jitsu, you're going to get in trouble. You end up looking like, who was it this weekend? We were just talking about the guy with the circle on his chest. Yeah, Peyton Talbot Yeah. I feel like if you don't know enough, you end up looking like that.
Yes.
Um,
You look like a freaking mouse in a snake and just helpless.
it's one of those things. I feel like even the guys that are known for their striking and are not known for any grappling still grapple a fair amount and know a fair amount about at least escaping. You know what I mean?
Do you ever watch the fight between James Toney and Randy Couture back like in 2010 something?
Not that I remember.
So Randy Couture decided to do MMA. James Toney was heavyweight champion in boxing. And the UFC decided to sign James Toney for a fight with Randy Couture. So basically what Randy Couture did, just went for a low single. Don't have to worry about getting punched in the face. Took him down, wrapped him around, and just submitted him. Get the fuck out of James Toney from there.
Hey,
CM Punk, pro wrestler.
That sounds very familiar.
He came to the UFC. That was after Brock Lesnar left. They pulled him up. He decided to bring him in. They thought that it would be a good idea because they had a pro wrestler before, and they thought that bringing him in, he's a popular wrestler. I don't know. He had a fallout with the WWE at the time, and they signed him. But with the way they signed him, it took like a year or two. A year or two before he actually got a sign for a fight. I think it's Mickey Gall. That's the guy that went against. But he was training out of Doug Rivers. I don't know if you're familiar with that gym. Ben Askren,
Okay.
Showtime Pettis, Anthony Pettis, his brother, and Tyron Woodley. They train out of there.
Okay.
Doug Rivers is known for being a striking coach. But also they have guys that are pretty decent. It's Milwaukee. They have pretty decent jiu-jitsu. For example, Anthony Pettis, he submitted was it Benson Henderson with the armbar? He submitted Gilbert Melendez. I don't say it's triangle. I think it was a triangle or a guillotine. I think it was a guillotine. Gilbert Melendez is a Cesar Gracie black belt with the Diaz brothers, Jake Shields. That's they call it the scrap pack. So it's like no punk. Like he submitted them. And also Anthony Pettis is known for being a striker. Remember that kick off the cage?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where he was training at. Whenever he came to the UFC, he just got ragdoll. Mickey Gall at the time, I think he was a pro belt. Yeah. So the way this guy happened.
Yeah. CM Punk's UFC record 0-1. Dang.
Yeah. And then I think he went against Michael Jackson. This is the guy's name.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think the guy's name was Michael Jackson. Oh, Mike Jackson. And then he lost against him too. But was that a no contest? So
yeah, it says he has 1 no contest and one loss.
Yeah, probably that's why. But I don't know, how do they sanction something like that? Because, I mean, the guy doesn't have any fights.
I don't know. I guess they're just hoping that the fame and aren't a lot of pro wrestlers, like decent wrestlers, going in? Or is that not a...
Dave Bautista did it for another promotion. Brock Lesnar did it for another promotion for the first time. Bobby Lashley, he had some matches. Also, Bobby Lashley, I think he was an alternate in the Olympic wrestling. I think it was Greco-Roman. So it's like he had some grappling experience, especially like as a Greco-Roman. Another guy that I can think of as a wrestler that went into MMA, I can think of right now. But there's some of them that have gone and made the transition. Well, Batista, I think is he a brown belt? Dave Batista, he plays Drax in the Avengers, in the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's an actor, but he used to do pro wrestling back in the day.
Okay.
Well, I think he's a purple belt or brown belt now. He's in jiu-jitsu. But you tell me, do you think he's off the sauce? Or not? Eye test.
Yeah.
Okay, eye test, okay? Let me know you think. He did it was like a beautiful transformation. Look at this picture, before and after.
That's wild.
Yeah. Allegedly, he lost weight because he started more on the mats and stuff like that. I've never seen anybody that go to brown belt and lose that much weight. Never seen a brown belt that small.
Right, yeah.
It's the other way around.
Yeah. It's
Actually,
funny.
I've never seen a brown belt with pearl necklace.
True. Yep. So
That's the patient. They think that he lost that much weight so they be able to fit that pearl necklace.
yeah, must be it.
There's a running joke. Whenever The Rock turned down a movie, they'll call either Dave Bautista or John Cena.
I can see that.
A movie that I remember he was. Have you ever seen Army of the Zombies? Something like that. It's a Netflix movie. It came out like
the one about like the Vegas getting taken over.
yes,
Yeah.
it's in that movie.
Yeah.
Army of the Dead. That's what it is. I don't know if you remember that. That at the beginning of the movie, they play one of my favorite songs. Is the cover of "The Gambler" by Kenny Rogers. You got going to hold.
Yeah. A good song.
Yeah, that one. I like the cover. Another song that will be a killer, no pun intended. Cover will be in "House of the Rising Sun."
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a Sevenfold.
Oh, is it really? I mean, I've heard Five Finger Death Punch sing it, but
yeah, that's what it is. Five Finger Death Punch.
okay.
Hit that cover right there.
Yeah.
That'll be a good one for that one because the music video is actually like a bunch of bikers like
Yeah. There's some crazy stuff on there. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
It would.
Yeah, go back to MMA and Jiu-Jitsu. Another thing that evolution of Jiu-Jitsu. The thing about like I want to talk about this too. The evolution of Jiu-Jitsu and MMA is because Jiu-Jitsu has evolved since the beginning of Gracie time. One point that I wanted to also bring up was Kron Gracie last match. And Jiu-Jitsu doesn't look like he has evolved. Remember when he against Gary Tonin, and he like that when he won ADCC like 10 years ago. He was this killer, but when he went to MMA, his jiu-jitsu doesn't like that good. Like beat up. He's getting like beat up in MMA itself. Like it's not like there's a difference between losing and being dominated. For example, you lose a couple of matches and they're like, for example, like split decisions. Yeah, you're like right there, couldn't go either way.
Right. Yeah.
But if you're getting dominated consistently, because basically of just be a one-dimensional fighter, like you had to do something different. Otherwise, you
just keep doing the same thing.
Yeah.
People can have your number.
Yeah. Remember who was it that won I think Eddie Bravo was talking about whenever he went against Gary Tonin. I think Gary Tonin was a walk-on for that. Somebody got hurt or something like that, and they got in Gary Tonin. He wasn't known back then. So that's when he left.
Yeah.
He didn't know him as the lion killer that he was. And then he went on I think one of the first rounds was against Kron Gracie. And at the first 5 minutes, he was letting him take his back and letting him like hit at different positions. And then he found out that actually, when the points started coming on, he like started scoring on Kron Gracie because he was just like wear him out. Because
dang.
Gary Tonin, he's comfortable in bad positions.
Right. Yeah.
He just learned like the first 5 minutes, fuck it. So after that, he was getting like, he had to give us his score on him. Eddie Bravo talk about because he was there on the crowd watching the match. He said that Rickson Racing was a Kron. Like, you stupid motherfucker. You gonna lose to this fucking guy? There's nobody. How you gonna lose this match? And then at the end, he was supposed to pull off and get an arm bar. I think it was like 4 seconds left in the match. And the reason what Gary Tonin tap out, he said he knows that little time left. I think he had his mom out in the corner. Somebody like, he wasn't really a coach. If you would know it was like that little time, he would on tap, he would have won the match.
Right. Dang. It's wild.
Yeah. So like,
to be good enough to be comfortable with this Kron Gracie getting on your back and all.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. Freaking, he's a madman too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Has he ever gone against Jeff Glover? Because both of them crazy style.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They go after stuff and they're not really afraid of anything.
Mm-hmm.
True. I wouldn't be totally surprised, but I don't know.
Yeah. Congress, his go-to was armbar. His bread and
Yeah.
butter.
Yeah.
But when it comes to MMA, he's like no doing the transition like from that jiu-jitsu. And I don't know, some people, I'm not sure if he has a drive to actually compete because you have to have some type of hunger to compete or like a grit to a certain extent. So when going gets tough, you'll be able to dig deep. But if you're like, you don't have that, it is tough. Because what do you rely on when you're just doing it? Just like going through the motions. Like, for example, have you ever like being in practice, just going through the motion and you get hurt?
For sure. For sure. Yeah.
And that's usually what happens sometimes.
You feel like Kron is doing that? As in why he hasn't evolved and all that?
Yeah, he doesn't seem like he's evolving. Like, for example, going to his butt and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And another guy, yeah, right home, leg locks. Like, for example, he got caught by Ilya Taporia. He got rocked, knocked out from that. And just going to the barren ball and going leg and pass.
He's got a crazy game too.
Yeah.
Not going for the stuff that everybody else goes for, that's for sure. But
yeah, that's true.
Not, yeah, like you said, not very diverse.
If you have somebody that you want to study that, now you just have to get out here. Just make sure it doesn't get here. And you, I'm not like Craig Jones, just stand up. For example, when he did with Islam Makhachev with Alexander Volkanovski, he was able like
Yes, yeah.
because Islam got his back and he was like, I'm okay. Volkanovski was fine. Like, well, he's not doing any damage. And if he wasn't doing any damage, Volkanovski started punching him, but he was on his back. He was comfortable there. Also, Volkanovski has a big ass fucking head. So good luck trying to just.
True.
I wonder if that's. Have you noticed people that have lost a lot of weight? Because he was like 215 when he used to play rugby, but he fights at 145. And it seems like people that have lost a lot of weight, usually when you gain weight, your frame and your bone structure is a lot like thicker. I hear like big people. So whenever you lose weight, your bone is still the same. So you have like people that have lose a lot of weight. They have the big head, like Al Rocker. You see them?
Yeah. Huh. I hadn't really thought about that before, but
because usually you lose bone density when you get older. But for something like your skull, it's hard for you to lose bone density in your head.
it's funny. No, I hadn't really given that much thought.
Because usually when you lift weights, you get more stronger bones. The heavy weight that you carry is actually your own weight.
Huh. Yeah, your body remembers that for a while. Huh?
Yeah. That's why they do lunges. Like, why do you do lunges? Where you actually every step that you make is a freaking lunge.
Yeah, true.
So when you lose that much weight, your frame is still strong.
Yeah, huh. But yeah, especially if you, like, for years you've maintained that and your body's, like, adapted to it. That, I guess that makes sense.
What are you talking about?
Alexander Volkanovski versus
yeah.
Islam.
Yeah, because he has big head. Yeah, like he's like, he was like Marab too back in the day. Volkanovski. Or like, then like you have other guys in like they have jiu-jitsu that they have their own twist moves. For example, this weekend you have Islam Makhachev when he got the darts choke, and the way he finishes doesn't squeeze. Usually, regular you squeeze with your biceps. He just like catches it and he just pulls back with the lat to squeeze. Because you think about it, the muscles on your lat is a lot bigger than.
Yeah. I wonder. Yeah, I'm curious to try that. I'm sure it would feel good. I'm really curious to see how that would play out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sure it's a very strong move. I mean, it worked on the highest level, and you know, if that team is drilling those kinds of finishes, it probably is effective.
I mean, he submitted Oliveira with that too.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
He said that's the strongest he has been. Like somebody like that's Bobby Green said that's the strongest guy he's ever gone against.
Really?
Yeah, he's like, dude, he did this guy on something. Then when you see his back, it's freaking ridiculous with his back look. I see a picture of his back. His muscle is back. Like, dude, what? Let me pull it up. Look at his back muscles.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, he's using those muscles to squeeze you. Like, dude,
Yeah, those are.
just rip.
I mean, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Who was it? One of the Russians ended up getting like tired or something, and there were, I saw a post on it. I don't know if it's true or not, but one of the Russians got tired in the championship match, so Khabib had them wrestle for like 25 hours or something like that.
Shit. Who was it?
I wish I could remember the post.
Was that recently or was it?
I thought it was recent. Yeah.
Because Umar, he's the one that lost the championship this weekend.
Maybe that was it. That might have been it.
You might have to have a fight, and then you lose it, and then you come back the next day you had 25 rounds.
You want to get tired?
You'll see.
You'll never be tired again. Show you what tired is.
This is another picture of his back. Well, also this is edited in the picture, so it's not. I don't know if it's really that. But look at his back. Where he got against Dover, he lost that hitting arm, and then the darts on this one. But look at his back.
Gosh.
Have you seen their training? How they train? Like they train like you were talking about. Your coaches to have you do circuits.
Yeah. I haven't seen them do it, but that's what they do.
Yeah, whenever the Demetrius Johnson episode, that's what they're doing. Somebody was here eating the bag, another person was wrestling with somebody, another against the wall, and that's what they're doing. And whenever the dad, his name is Abdulmalak Nurmagomedov, Khabib's dad, since they were young, he had to do him just running and doing like prison workouts outside, doing pull-ups and just basic just for time. So we're going to do 60 minutes of 60 minutes. Each minute is a station, and you're just going to be freaking working the whole minute. Every minute that you're in there. Suffering.
That's crazy. I mean, that's how you get the grit, but my God.
You get your money's worth at the gym.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's what I've seen what their training is like. And then like you tire, like I don't know if you heard Khabib talk about it. You tire, you're not feel like working out and things like that. Nobody cares. You don't want to do this anymore. You can go back next time.
Go have your mom cook you a nice home cooked meal.
Yeah, that's right. You'll be really comfortable. Winning is not comfortable.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, develops grit. I'm sure it develops a lot of confidence because you know you've been working hard.
But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, really, I feel like that would almost develop something in itself is that you know you've worked that hard and you don't want that work to be for nothing. So probably, flips a switch there too.
Yeah, and like I've seen something in common with this camp is that everybody that goes in that camp, they say, dude, they are doing something because they're that good. Because too, they have like people that are really good. They brought in world champions in different sport, like I don't know, judo, boxing, and like all the like they brought in them for the camp. They have Demetrius Johnson. You heard what he said about the camp, like, dude, these guys are freaky next level. Whenever you hang with them and stuff like that. Bilal Muhammad, you heard where he was going against Khabib only because he started training with them. He said that when he was rolling with Khabib holding him down, and Khabib was ordering his coffee as he was holding him down.
Yeah.
Fighting for my life here. You ordering coffee over there?
I'm supposed to be top tier here, and you're just playing with me.
Yeah. So
it's crazy.
Maybe that's off topic, but do you think because Makhachev, I think Belal Muhammad, they have the same manager, Aziz Abdelaziz? Do you think that he will jump up to 170 and fight Bilal Muhammad?
I don't know.
Because if I was the manager and it's about the money, it's going to be more money for me. I
Yeah.
don't think the manager will care much about it. It's about them as far as like friendship wise, because they're not really like friends. The only thing they have in common is they're both Muslims and they train together. Because even though Bilal Muhammad, I think he's Palestinian, but he was born and raised in Chicago. Umar Nurmagomedov, Khabib Nurmagomedov, they're all from Dagestan and they come from the same camp. It's not like, for example, if Umar Nurmagomedov was going against Magomed Sharipov, he was I think it's 135 pounder. No, I think it's 145 pounder, never mind. But he was from Dagestan, like Abraham Lincoln, 6'1", 145. But he was training out of Mark Henry, New York. Same area, but he just a different camp.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if he will be willing. I mean, if he's the pound for pound, currently, Islam Makhachev. Elite Topuria said he wants to get a piece of Islam, but I don't think he wants that smoke.
Yeah.
He's a big guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the only thing that Khabib, because Khabib, they consider him the GOAT. The only thing that he was the skills that wasn't really that good was his striking. Wasn't that good. He would punch a lot of air. He would throw like feints and stuff like that. He's training on the AK, which is a good striking school. But Islam Makhachev is a softball and his striking is a lot better. Somebody was breaking down about whenever he was going against somebody, he threw the knee up, and then the other guy would throw the knee up too, like after he'll get close to him. So whenever he would time it, he did next time the guy brought the knee up and he tripped him on the foot that was on the ground. It took him down.
Yeah.
Will.
Dang. A wrestler that's figured out the knees? Dang.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. It's like, dude, he's like next he can be able to read on the like on time, like because they go through so many sequences too. So like when there was match time, they were like, this is what's going on. But that's like his striking is pretty good. His grappling is also good. And go to 170. If the time is now, will be if he wants to be 170 champion, it will be against Belal Muhammad because he was training in the same camp as him.
yeah.
Compared to like when you have somebody else that you don't know, like how much data you have about that guy.
Right. I don't know. I feel like there's not a lot of teammate matchups. But I mean I know there's been a few, but I don't know.
But I think Belal Muhammad just started training like the last 2 or 3 fights. He started training with them. But before that he was with another gym. I don't know who he was training out of. Because yeah, like for example, you have the AKA, you have DC and Cain Velasquez. Cain Velasquez was the world champion. He got hurt. But while he was fighting, he was a champion. DC was came to the UFC. He was light heavyweight. When Cain was out of the way, jump up to heavyweight. You get the title there.
Okay.
And then you have the other incident of John Jones and Rashad Evans, light heavyweight. Rashad just left the gym. Also, Gilbert Burns versus Kamar Usman. They train out of Henry Hooves team. And Usman left to go to what's his name? I forgot his name. Out of Denver. Several women. Rosamund Yunus coach. He's a good striking coach. He went to train there with Justin Gaethje to prepare for the Gilbert Burns fight.
Okay.
Also, you think about it, if you are on Shepard's Iron and you go on like high level people, eventually you have to face each other if you're in the same weight class. Especially when there's not that many weight classes.
Yeah. That's also true.
So you willing to take a pay cut to go to a different organization? Australia, the same organization that's like the gold standard, literally.
Right.
And go challenge each other for the title.
Valid. Yeah, especially Maybe it is gonna happen. Maybe, what are the rankings in
which weight class?
is it 145?
No, he's at 155.
155.
Let's pull him up.
Charles Oliveira is 2.
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize he was number 2.
Well, he lost against Armand, I can't remember his name. He lost against Armand Sarkisian. He's the guy supposed to be fighting Islam. I got this according to ESPN. Right. Well,
Okay. Yeah, ESPN. Probably better. 70. There we go.
he got Charles Oliveira because he beat Armand before. He had a different fight before he was champion. He beat Charles Oliveira, beat Justin Gaethje, beat Dustin Poirier. He has a fought Dan Hooker that I know. I can't remember. He beat Moicano. But the other Ryush, he lost against Armand. Who did he lost to? He lost against somebody else. Lost against Armand. He got KO by Armand. And then he lost against Oliveira. KO, both of them. But the other Ryush, but before that, he was on a winning streak. And the other Ryush, who was there for him at 155?
Yeah.
Usman Nurmagomedov, 18-0. I think he's willing to fight him. Chandler. I don't like Chandler till 10. He won against Hooker, lost against Oliveira, lost against Gaethje, beat Ferguson, lost against Poirier, and lost against Oliveira. He had 2 wins, 4 losses. He's still 10th ranked.
Wow.
I think it's because of the paycheck that they have to pay him. His contract.
You think so?
Because they're paying that much money, dude, you have to get him good matches. Otherwise, you're paying a good.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because he had 2 championship fights. Michael Chandler, he got Oliveira. And no, he wasn't in the championship. I was going to say, was he in the BMF title? But no, he wasn't.
Yeah, there is nobody.
Yeah, no weight class. And how strong is 170? Belal Muhammad is a champion. Leon Edwards was a champion for a long time. But he took a long layoff. This is the boogeyman of that weight class. Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Yeah.
Out of Kyrgyz nation of Kazakhstan. And look what his fight style is. He's the interim champion currently. He beat Ian Machado Gary. Beat Wonderboy Thompson, submission. Geoff Neal, submission. Neil Magny, submission. Harris, KO. He's the boogeyman. The weight class. 2020 beat Cabo Oliveira. Mikel Caceres, submission. Look at that. He only got 1 decision against Ian Gary. And that was the last minute adjustment. Because Belal Muhammad was supposed to fight that for the title. His nickname is the Nomad.
The Nomad? Yeah.
I think that was Borat. Because of that. But yeah, that's the only nightmare that I see in that division for Islam. I don't know who this is. Madalena, Sean Brady, another Joaquin Buckley. He used to fight 185 and one of those in-betweeners. One that he's fighting 170.
King Buckley. Huh, okay.
It's a gnarly spinning kick. He threw a kick, that person caught his foot and he did a spinning kick right to the face.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, 4 fights last year. March, May, October, and December.
And
only one. You never.
Wow. He's pumping it out.
Yeah. KO Vicente Luque. Decision against Rusibov. Then KO Wonderboy Thompson. KO Cody Covington. I guess welterweight is weight class. But before, I think when he was 185, 170, he said that he didn't have a training camp. That's him right there. He started now taking it serious, having a training camp.
Some people just got it.
Murcielago MMA. What's that? What does that mean? The new Mansa? What's his nickname?
I have no idea.
Uh, Interesting.
Okay, it means king or ruler
Okay.
in the Badinka and Maninka languages of Africa, West Africa.
Okay. So like tribe leader sort of thing?
Yeah, king or ruler. Yeah.
Yeah, like it is wide open for him. If he wants to jump up there,
hmm
well, he has to go to Shafka Romanov.
Yeah, that would be a fun watch.
What do you think about Sambo?
To be honest, I feel like it's just a combination of jiu-jitsu, judo, and wrestling,
Mm-hmm.
It- and and they're all effective. So I think it is effective. I don't know where it technically originated from, or who created it, but I feel like there's just so many similarities between jiu-jitsu, wrestling, judo. It's kind of like all of them at once.
Yeah, let's look it up. According to Wikipedia, it is recognized as style of amateur wrestling. So I guess like a full style wrestling in a certain region, governed by the UWW, is in the World Wrestling Championship, along with Greco-Roman wrestling and freestyle wrestling. It's practiced worldwide. It's a Soviet origin, I guess, from Soviet Union. Because you see a lot of like those Eastern Bloc countries, they practice that.
Yeah.
Belarus, it originated in the Russian SFSR of the Soviet Union during 1920s. It's an acronym of Samosashita Bez Orusija, the Russian, which literally translates to self-defense without weapons. It says a combat sport developed to use by the Soviet Red Army in the early 90s to improve their hand-to-hand combat abilities. But that makes sense. That's why they wear the gi. So that way, because wear the uniform. But also, so it is a difference between some of them they do striking headgear, they wear headgear and gloves, and some of them just straight up grappling.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the difference there is.
Ah, there it is. That's the difference. Sport sambo and combat sambo. So sport sambo or sambo wrestling is stylistically similar to pre-World War One catch wrestling and judo, in a lot of ways influenced by them in rules and protocols. The competition uniform called Korka mimic clothing that was used wrestling tournaments, popular amongst peasantry of Caucasus region in the Soviet Union, with a few added elements from judo wrestling outfits prevalent at the time. The competition colors red and blue. There's usually wrestling as well. Shoes and circular ring have direct lineages from international popular style of catch wrestling. They also allow various types of leg locks while not allowing shock holds, akin to rule sets that were widely used in pre-World War One catch wrestling tournaments. So similar to its parent style, it also places emphasis on throwing, ground control, riding, hitting, and escapes as well as submission, with very few restrictions on gripping and holding. So that's sports. The combat sambo, it used to develop military combat sambo resembles modern mixed martial arts, including forms of striking and wrestling. And they remind me of combative. Like in the military, they have like combative classes. These doesn't remind me of combat sambo. There are a lot of regular punches and kicks, elbows and knees, as well as soccer kicks, headbutts, and groin strikes, in addition to throw, holds, chokes, and locks, except for standing or flying wrist bar. I don't know whether that'd be how do you do a flying wrist bar on somebody's wrist? Do you just know that? Take it what? I've never seen a flying wrist bar. Uh, but it may be something like maybe like a misinterpretation, like lost translation, probably like an arm bar,
Probably, yeah.
because you hold the wrist. Well, so I can just flick my wrist, just go.
I put my body into this wrist lock.
The chief distinction of sambo wrestling is that striking techniques are fully allowed in terms of aliveness. Combat Sambo surpasses ARB by design. Though both are designed for combat situations only. Yeah, they go over the uniform. Oh man. Is that where a lot of leg locks came from? Because I remember Fedor Emelianenko was pretty good with leg locks at the beginning of his prime.
Who was it?
Fedor Emelianenko, he was a heavyweight.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, what's his name? He was from Belarus. Arlovsky. Andrei Arlovsky.
Yeah. He was
Yeah, he's a
like
leather at the beginning of his career. I remember he used to go for knee bars. He had a long career. The Pitbull. He looked like he was a vampire. Andrei Arlovsky.
Yeah.
He used to have fangs on his. That's what it looked like. I remember he was a vampire. He used to have fangs on his mouthpiece. Like this picture, it looked like he's a vampire.
Yeah. It's funny. Huh.
But that nose, though, man, he looked like he got punched a little too much.
Yeah, for real. His nose went one way, his face stayed in the same place.
Yeah, he made a way left turn. What direction the one is going?
Yeah.
Look at the difference back then, but his career,
That's crazy.
heavyweight.
Would they start testing during his career?
Yeah, looks like it. If also you lose bone density as you get older too. I mean,
Yeah.
no bone density, but like muscle mass as you get older. Now, if you start getting muscle mass as you get older, that's a question.
True. Yeah.
After the sport of combat, usually a lot of head injuries too. You see a lot of people that have head injuries, muscle mass usually decrease. Well, yeah, this is Arlovsky, the pickleball. Let me see. I remember him going for a lot of leg locks whenever he was earlier career. KO, guillotine, TKO, armbar, Achilles lock against Tim Sylvia. That's they won the title. That's what I remember him going for leg locks. But actually, Sambo, they do a lot of leg locks. I wonder the origin of the leg locks came from, as far as because you have cash wrestling, you have some certain holds, for example, Kimura, things like that.
Yeah. You think the leg locks that he was doing are from Sambo?
Now, I was wondering if that leg lock game originally, like the beginning of martial arts,
Oh.
the leg locks came from Sambo? And is there any other martial art that have leg locks? Because remember, Jiu-Jitsu leg locks were they were frowned upon. To this day, in keys, usually, yeah, it's like that one similar you and I deal with, but yeah, actually,
Yeah.
on a certain lock, a certain level, they're allowed for leg locks.
Yeah.
Because it's 1920, that's when Sambo started.
1920s. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot developing back in those days, you know?
I mean, they had to get started developing because World War One and World War Two was going on. Dude, fucking figure some shit out. Not like your ass as a kid going here.
Yeah. Plus, you're sharing a trench with somebody. What else do you do, right?
Yeah.
What do you do with this?
Let me show you about this new move. Oh man. Yeah, like the evolution of like sport, like and also that's when then they have different things going on that they're individually created as far as like martial arts. You have Sambo, you have Jiu-Jitsu, Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, you have of course the other martial arts, boxing, Muay Thai. Then 93 happened, MMA started, and you have combined. And from 93 to we say like 2010, you see like difference. See a lot of brawlers that had chances. Yeah, at the early days, people that started doing grappling, they're like, for example, Gracie. He was pretty successful doing it because he's grappling. He has certain strikes. But then you have a lot of people like that striking part. But then you have all the guys that were like, well, Frank Chambra and Ken Charo, they were like the Lions Den guys. But then you have like the first guy. They said the first guy that actually did like hybrid training that was like implement all MMA was GSP. He will put super camps to get ready for fights.
Really?
Yeah, because he's out of Farasahabi TriStar in Canada. He used to come down and train at Greg Jackson's in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yeah, Albuquerque, New Mexico. And then he had Denver, Jim, and had different locations. So they have different people from different places. Diego Sanchez, Clay Guida, Keith Jardine, Nate Marquardt, all those guys, they were in the same team. Rashad Evans were in that team. So you have to put them all of them together. And that's Nate Marquardt was a good striker. You had different wrestlers in there. And then like you see the difference of like because GSP was more like he's like a karate guy when first started. And they was implemented like his wrestling was unstoppable once he got a hold of it.
Right. So interesting. So did he travel around to all those different places? For some reason, I was thinking he was mainly in Canada and then New York. But maybe that's just because I only pay more attention to the jiu-jitsu side of things.
Well, yes, because you have to think about for the jiu-jitsu, he went Danaher.
Right.
Because remember, Faraz Sahabi is a black belt under John Danaher at Jesus gym. So that's why probably he went there training a lot.
Yeah.
He will, like Julia said, like GSP used to train. He would just go to this. He was like, dude, he was like he has the crazy camp that he will put together.
Mm-hmm.
He had like that. There was like because he had jiu-jitsu. He had that Muay Thai guy as well. They got high level. He put them together for his camp.
Yeah. I mean, that yeah. Huh. That's interesting. I didn't realize he had that many different coaches. I mean, it definitely stands out. I feel like, yeah, I don't know, as the sports develop, as the like grappling even develops, I feel like it's harder to differentiate between the different martial arts. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, jiu-jitsu tournaments, wrestling is completely legal. You know, it's encouraged. Judo, I feel like for the grappling world, a lot of it's turning into grappling. You know, it's not really jiu-jitsu or wrestling; it's grappling. I feel like wrestling still has its very, you know, it has its very specific rules, and you know, you can't do the jiu-jitsu, but I feel like there definitely is a merging, and maybe because jiu-jitsu is not as developed to start out, maybe that's why it's kind of catching everything and it's becoming kind of it's a merging of them all. But yeah, I feel like that's happening. And I mean, MMA, I don't know. I feel like the striking martial arts for the most part are easy to distinguish, but that may be just because I'm not as involved with those, you know?
Yeah. Well, there's only one that kind of like, well, I don't know how as far as the mainstream is Sambo, because they're trying to do the same thing with combat jiu-jitsu. Trying to striking on the ground. Trying to like the transition because one thing like that got some guys good at jiu-jitsu in grappling for MMA was doing no gi, which was also was Eddie Bravo for
Mm.
um for the sport of MMA. So like if you try to do the same thing with combat jiu-jitsu, which is a different like I'm not sure how many people are willing because you also have to take consideration that high level of competition and the high level of a sport relies a lot on the pool of competition. If you have a group of dot bots, they're in the backyard and they have a race in the backyard, usually the fastest will win, but doesn't mean that's better the best one in the whole county. Because not a lot of people are competing. To do with the sport. Like for example, your sport usually as good as the level of competition that you have there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely true. Definitely. I mean, I feel like that's something that I've considered a decent amount is like how like jiu-jitsu is getting better and we're seeing a lot of like really good guys at jiu-jitsu. And I wonder how much of that is just the pool is growing. You know, we have athletes in here that we didn't used to have. So maybe somebody who was like back in the day was just a phenom. They may have been somewhat more naturally athletic than everybody else in the group at the time, but now would they stand out? Maybe
I'm not
not.
sure. Because even DC was talking about if he was to come back, that double champ, when they Islam was telling him, like, go back and you can still make 205. It beat like, dude, wow, I'll be number 20. This guy beat my ass. That's
Yeah.
what he said. Because like the full competition is different. Also, I think that you were talking about that made me off. Also, I think taking consideration is information. Many things you can learn. Because back in the day, in order for you to learn a new technique, you have to go to a seminar 2 states away. But now you can just buy a instructional and just repeat it. Repeat the technique you want to go over. You pick it like what you want. Like you can just fine tune to your game
Right.
and get good at your game compared to going to a seminar, to going to a seminar if somebody's doing it with triangles and you only have one leg. Like, dude, you switch it, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
whole way here for nothing. So now you can just fine tune your game to what you want, and also just you can actually just replay that seminar at your own home too.
Yeah. I mean, and you can go on YouTube and find 30 different variations of the same move. It's not
Correct.
even the exact same thing. You can see, oh, you can also do it from here. Or, yeah. No, that's
And what goes for what too? As far as puzzle,
mhm,
the triangle, you go K-bar, go arm bar, you all of those just put it together
mhm.
on your own.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy to see how things are pushed.
Mm-hmm.
You got BJJ fanatics, which I don't even know. I don't know if that was a thing. It certainly wasn't as big, but I don't know if it was a thing when I first started.
Uh,
I don't know how long
I
it's
don't
been
think so.
around,
But
but
like back in the day, there used to be this guy that he had like a instruction. You have to pay like a monthly fee. It's like a
mhm,
game, and they'll send you a PDF files on how many reps you have to do and things like that. But nothing like BJJ fanatics. They'll
mhm,
just break down technique. It
yeah,
was like different like positions and things like that. That you have to pay like a monthly fee. That I can remember, but not like unless like VHS tapes back or DVDs they used to have. Because I remember even 4 years ago, I remember Juji Juji.com. This is which is Faraz Sahabi. When he does his instructional, you had an option to do a download. But you had like 3 downloads per video in different devices. After that, you were done. But now you actually just stream it on the website itself.
right, right,
But now, BJ Fanatics, you don't have to have a DVD player. You have to download it. And you, wherever you are, even in your phone, you can just watch, go over the
mhm,
technique.
yeah, yeah. It's
Technique in your pocket.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, you get guys like now you get guys like Mikey Musumeci, who's he said he like he's like 6 hours a day or something like that. And
Yeah.
studies for 8.
Yeah.
It was something like that. And he studied more than he trained, but I mean, he did both for hours every day,
Yeah.
which
No extracurricular activities.
mm-mm,
Why is he on Adderall? You go to school all
for
that.
real. I don't know. That's yeah. Again, I think that's the people that are going to stand out are those guys. And I think as the sport grows, it's going to attract more people like that. Because I mean,
It's Elena.
yeah.
Just like another example is an outlier.
Say what?
She's an outlier.
Yeah.
Another example of outlier within the sport.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have a great coach and she's a good student at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
She's evolving and just going through like hot knife through butter
Mm-hmm.
in the competition. Eventually, she was found challenged. She lost against, was it Adele that she lost against? I can't remember who she lost against in ADCC in the championship. No, it was a Brazilian girl that she lost against, I think. Because Adele was going against John Davis. That's I remember Adele's name. Well, that's the only one that she lost against by points. But like everybody else, she has to be able to submit.
Yeah. And she is
I think she's 17.
17? Yeah.
Yeah. She's got a
That's,
brown belt.
yeah, I saw that. But
Jeez.
I mean, well deserved, at least brown belt. My goodness. But, and she, I mean, her transition to Danaher's gym was fairly recent.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember. I don't know where she trained actually before that, but she was dominating people before she moved to New Wave, and now she's at New Wave and basically unstoppable.
Hopefully she stays. Well, she'll be dominant in the sport. She'll just like get like totally to do something else.
True. Yeah.
Don't get her to like sign up for bare knuckle fighting or something like that. Because I
Yeah.
think you have to take into consideration the personalities of this sport. They have to be obsessed to a certain extent. And if they get like we get sidetracked with all the things, it can just go off the rails real fast.
Yeah. Sure.
Especially high level. If they get distracted with all the stuff, like man, dude, it can be bad. But just as stay on the path.
Yeah. I don't know. I have a feeling she'll be good at whatever she chooses to do or keep doing.
Uh,
I do have to wonder if she'll get bored though in jiu-jitsu.
uh-huh.
You know, because it won't be long and she'll just be beating everybody. I truly don't think there's going to be anybody that's going to be stand a chance against her, really.
Yeah, once you get older, unless you have all the killers coming in. But she's at such a high level too.
That's the thing. Being at such a high level at such a young age, it's going to be really hard for somebody to come in and beat that. Especially with her. She seems to be pretty obsessive about it, like you're saying. So it's not like you'd have to do a lot to gain ground on her.
Uh-huh. You can only beat her by points. You will not submit her. It'll be difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So she's one step ahead.
That's the thing. You know, there's no, yeah.
You can catch her slipping in just one position and get score out of it, but submitting, good luck.
Yeah.
It's like having multiple get out of jail cards. When they move, they try to do, oh, here you go. Just get out of the submission and get a better, more position for you.
But it's interesting to see. It will be interesting to see as well. CGI, how that progresses jiu-jitsu, because I mean, that will for sure. There's no doubt. I mean, from the prize money, you're going to get some wrestlers coming in. You're going to get, you know, some Sambo guys probably coming in.
You see, Pat Downey, he said, fuck IBJF. He said, quit IBJF after he got
really?
a tournament. He got to a fight. Some Russian guy, that's what he said. He beat the guy and he got to argument. Hey, he like, they got to slap fight with with each other. And he slapped. He got his purple belt at that Worlds, but he says he's done with IBJF. They say he got a mail, letter in the mail from them. So I don't know read that shit. You know, they're gonna sanction me if I don't give a damn. I'm gonna go back there anyways. Typical wrestlers, man. They take
Yeah, I
another
tell
one.
you. No.
Well, definitely got like someone like if they have someone like because the outlet for as far as wrestling from college to international is not that much because you only have 10 weight classes in tournaments that you go to. It's not like that many either, and there's no money in there compared to if they're able to do the transition to jiu-jitsu. That'd be good for them because you can get some sponsors. You can actually get better sponsors in jiu-jitsu. You're willing to do that transition after what you say 15 years of doing one sport of wrestling. How are you willing to jump back in the pool? Well, you have the people like handball, like Helen Morales. I mean, two-time bronze medalist and gold medalist in the Olympics. As a wrestler, and decided to just jump and do jiu-jitsu. It started as a blue belt and won world's blue belt.
Yeah.
And she started doing, I'm not sure if she started doing jiu-jitsu within the last year or so, but she got her blue belt within a year. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, she's that high level of wrestler. I mean, I feel like when you're that high level of a wrestler, there's so much less to like pick up from jiu-jitsu. Like the submissions, those are going to come so easy, so fast because the position's already there. You already have that. So,
You want to get side control on anybody.
exactly. Yep.
You want to get their back, arm drag, full back.
Yeah, I mean, the motions are the same. You just tie it into different holds and yeah.
Mhm.
It
I
just
know we
makes
talked about
sense.
last week about the celebrities getting belts like are too early, but also like you have to make a difference. For example, Nickel, someone that's like 3-time national champion,
Mhm.
you know, 2-time national champion. He will like those people that should be able to get a little bit because if you think about it, white belt is for the basics. You try to learn
Yes.
position, movement, scramble. But if they're like really that good at scramble, you actually doing the service or more like a sandbagging
Right.
against the competitors they'll face in
Yeah.
competition.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, and you're right about it, calling it a disservice because they're not going to learn anything competing against even blue belts. Sometimes, against because the blue belts, they're not that good at getting in position. I mean, as a purple belt, I'm still learning how to get into positions, but these high level wrestlers got that down pretty well.
Yeah.
So,
Especially, for example, they will do a takedown and the hips are so high, your
yeah,
guard is out of the equation, and you try to sweep them, they have a strong base from wrestling.
yeah,
You're not trying to sweep them,
yeah, yeah,
and they're able to just keep you in your back the whole time. And your guard is not able to reach them.
right, yeah,
After you're as a blue belt, it's hard to get a frame. You're just gonna get smothered.
yeah,
Right. And that's the blue belt. Imagine what they'll do to a white belt.
yeah. That's,
It's not
I
fair.
mean, yeah, somebody who's just starting
Yeah.
and only trains with their coach and gets their blue belt, like okay, that's questionable. But to me, somebody who's been grappling in
Yeah.
general, it's
Like, for example, like there's no way they should be competing. Somebody is grappling like within the last, certainly within the last 2 years, against somebody that have been doing wrestling for 15 years, 20 years.
yep,
Like it's not the same. The grappling is different.
not at all. Yeah,
You're just gonna be snapped down into the mat. Friends gonna be on the mat.
yeah.
They don't know what hit them.
Mm-hmm. Guard was that? I never saw it.
Yeah. Like if you have a wrestler, they be able to like get the back and teach you how to rear naked choke too. It's gonna be tough. Nicky Rod, example.
Mhm.
He's like he's the real naked choke. Lately he's just
Yep. He he dominate IBJJF very soon in. Like it was a few months of training with Denhar, I think.
ADCC.
Yeah. Was it really?
Yeah, he went into the finals in ADCC.
Okay. Okay.
He went against Cuban Missile Christ, was the guy's name. He passed away recently.
Remember.
He fought Sean Strickland in the in training.
What?
He used to train with Strickland, but he did a shoulder lock and almost like jacked up Strickland's shoulder.
Right. Okay. I do remember that.
He was the one. He beat him in ADCC. He passed away recently. I can't remember his name now.
ADCC already had a lot of wrestlers coming in that didn't train jiu-jitsu too, correct? Because I mean, ADCC is more of it's a grappling tournament.
Yeah. Who's this Russian guy that he went against too? Orlando Sanchez, that's his name. Yeah, he was 2019 ADCC. He went against Muhammad Ali. He went Orlando Sanchez beat him and beat Cyborg. Right. Yeah, he beat them. 2019 ADCC.
Cyber Juice too.
No, but yeah.
Huh. That's crazy.
And he lost against Kenan Duarte by points. He beat 5 to win Tyler King. Beat Walker Maiden 5 to win 108. Polaris Ashley Amos. Quentin Rosenwick. Substars. Nicky Rod Challenge. And Jits King in Tampa. In 2019, he took silver. 2019. He won the North American Trials 2019.
Okay.
They started with Danaher in 2018.
Was it that long ago? Well,
Yeah. No, I'm just wondering when he started with him. Because IBJJF was 2018. Nogi World. He won gold there. Blue belt. And he went Nogi ADCC as a blue belt. He made it to the finals.
no, he lost to Kron Duarte twice. Okay.
The same year, within a month.
Yeah.
2019, and then September, October. The second one was heel hook. You don't think he'll train with somebody heel hook?
Right. Yeah, I know. Decision. So many decision losses. I mean, that's about all it is. Heel hook versus Gordon Ryan.
He's supposed to be the next guy, heavyweight. I mean, he beat everybody. Really good show. CJI.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. He was moving through. Same thing every time, and nobody could stop it.
One of the streets says that he was just submitting everybody that fastly be able to watch Gordon Ryan's match at ADCC
to get them out of the way.
Yeah. So was his nemesis. He was using the Russian link. He wasn't using Flow Grappling link.
Yeah. We'll see. I haven't heard anything more about the Gordon Ryan Nikki match.
Yeah. I don't think he will go to CGI. Do you think?
I don't think so. No.
Why would we want to bring views to CGI?
Right. Yeah.
He's that guy.
Yeah. I don't think he wants to smoke, to be honest with you. And every time he and Nicky Rod go against each other, it gets a little bit closer to Nicky Rod winning, I feel like. Because this last time, I think Nicky pretty much broke Gordon's ankle. I mean, of course, Gordon didn't tap. And then it came down to just riding time, you know? But if the Gordon Ryan that faced Felipe Pena at ADCC went against Nicky Rod, he would not have won, I don't think.
No, he won.
It was not an impressive performance, which, I mean, maybe he's got stomach problems or something, but Nicky Rod's not stopping.
No, who did he go as Pena? No, who did he go on the first night? Yuri Samals. That's the way I guess the first one that he was caught. I remember the position that he was caught in. He was on lockdown, but it's like different guard. Bear trap, that's what they call him.
Yeah.
He was there for like 40 out of the 45 minutes they were going, and then Felipe Pena.
Am I getting that mixed up then?
No, it's the other way around. It was 2-0. They was caught with Pena in the bear trap.
Okay.
He jacked his knee on that one.
I
mean, Pena was able to do that to him. Imagine what Nicky will do to them.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, although Pena is not a punk, but Nicky Rod, I think the Nicky Rod has the fire in him to beat the shit out of him because Craig Jones was close to beating him at EBI, beating Gordon Ryan on the face show before he went to Danaher.
Right.
But then, like, Craig Jones didn't seem like he had the drive after that.
Yeah.
To beat Gordon Ryan.
Right.
Different weight class and stuff. But Nicky Rod, he's there. He wants to be that kid in the bracket that wants to fight him every time.
Yeah. That is the impressive thing, because I mean, I guess he could be juiced, but I really don't think he is. To beat the guy who's, you know, the best grappler in the world right now, completely natural, and that guy's on roids, that's impressive.
The only 1 year difference.
Age-wise? I was thinking Gordon was a few years older.
No, he's 29. Nicky's 28. 95 is Ryan, and Nicky Rod 96. Nicky Rod, he got his black belt. Who did he get his black belt on there?
Wasn't it Craig Jones?
Craig Jonesy. That's what they call it. Is that his nickname?
Jones? Oh.
Craig Jonesy. That's what's his name? Renato Laranja. Craig Jonesy.
Yeah, I remember. I was thought Felipe Pena and Nicky Rod were supposed to go against each other, but I'm not seeing it in the matchups here.
Did
Well,
they
there
go
it
against
is.
each other when Gordon Ryan pulled out? 23
I don't
was number one.
see it listed.
For some reason, they don't
Felipe
show some of
Andrew.
those super fights.
There's see, they went against each other in 22 in ADCC, and Nicky won. I thought there was a more recent one.
In 23, when Pena's supposed to go
Okay.
against Gordon Ryan. Remember, he had that stomach issue.
Okay. That's right. Okay. Yeah.
This one, February 2023. Ryan withdrew due to an illness before being replaced by Nicky Ryan.
It's funny it's not listed in Tapology.
I wonder because it's because there is no a certain organization, because sometimes they have to be IBJJF or ACC. I wonder
Yeah.
because of that. They're
That
like
could
super
be.
fights
Mhm.
or exhibition. They consider it exhibition matches.
Mhm.
Please excuse my algorithm. Well, where
You
he
wearing some
beat him?
spicy stuff these days?
Yeah, man, no key, man. He's getting competition. Getting what's it called? Competitor. Trying to spice it up, my no gi.
Gonna draw me back to
What a
DC, man.
talk. So mix it up. Well, he beat him by decision.
Okay.
So it looks like, man. What do you think about that? Well, CJ and that's gonna be quintet style. What do you think about that?
CGI is going to be.
Yeah, remember they were doing teams.
I didn't.
Yeah,
No, I didn't remember.
that's what they. Have you seen the thing of Anchorman when there were like different news outlets that face each other in that street fight? That's what they made it
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
They made it like that, so they had a B team, New Wave, like different
Yeah.
things and Planet facing each other. That's like
Yeah.
because it's gonna be CGI 2 is gonna be teams.
That's cool. That's gonna be really cool. There's been some really good events that are quintets. I didn't realize that. I don't know if I. Yeah. Huh.
It's a quint. I don't know. Oh, no, never mind. I might be get it wrong. I wonder is it gonna be quintet or is it gonna be teams that you like to go be individuals?
Yeah.
Because like, do you see that all the time in that? But if it's quintet, man, that would be awesome.
That would be.
Because we think they like doing competing.
What's it?
They like competing quintet, the BT bulls. You see the bulls.
Yeah. That would be. Yeah. That would be. Damn. Wonder how they. That would be cool. Wonder if they do female brackets for that as well, like a all female team, or how they would do that.
I'm not sure. I guess they have their own. They did last time. They had their own super fight.
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah.
Because I think they still have the super fights.
Yeah.
Because it'll make sense. It has, well, I don't know how they'll win though. The super fights they have, because the incentive is the biggest incentive is the $1 million in the bracket. But with the super fights, like where you just go and get $10,001 showing up. So I'm not sure how they will do that. Because the big chunk is that $1 million prize.
Yeah. I don't know. Be curious to see. Did they say when it is?
No, not yet.
No, they did say that it is not going to interfere with one, correct? Was that the one?
I'm not sure.
I thought I saw something recently that, like, it was confirming that CJA was not going to overlap with some other major organization. I can't remember which one it was. I thought it was one championship, but
Okay. One championship or who's number one?
that would make more sense. That'd make a lot more sense.
Yeah, because he had that conflict with Flow Grappling because they took down the YouTube video because they have like something like copyright. So this even so commercial that was there, that wasn't there. So he said that if you guys don't take this down, I'll make sure I make a CGI every who's number one. Stay away. That's what the threat was. I'm not sure if that's why. Okay, so I'm looking over here. This article is from December 20th of last year. So, Sambo Perry Johnson Invitational event was previously announced August 2025, which also teased a major format change. More details since being announced. With CGI 2, instead of having $1 million tournament, moving to a similar style as Kazushi Sakurawa's Quintet promotion. I guess he's going to Quintet. Last time we found out who the best 2 athletes in the world were. That was Kiruto and Nicky Rod, and we paid them both men. And now we're going to find out who's the best team in the world. Atos, New Wave, B Team, Checkmate, KC, Baja, Dead Planet, whatever teams. Let's see who truly is the best team in the world. With that style, last man standing. Yeah.
That's going to be so cool.
Yes. Yeah, man. Do you think Danaher will be willing to bring New Wave there?
Be able to?
No, will he willing? That's a difference.
Big difference, yeah. I really don't. Because I feel like Danaher has less beef with B Team than Gordon, but I just don't know if that would be a betrayal to Gordon.
Because he has a heavyweight.
Yeah.
Like that.
Right.
It's not a problem.
Right. It's Gordon Ryan. Isn't that the guy that looks just like Gordon Ryan? Am I thinking of the right guy? There's another guy that looks a lot like Gordon Ryan who's not as good, but he's very good. Can't remember what his name is though. I thought he was at New Wave, but I'm not.
All similarity to likeness are pure coincidental. A lot of people want to look like Gordon Ryan nowadays.
True. Yeah.
Look at the teams. Look in that one, right? He's part of New Wave. Luke Griffith from South Africa.
Really?
I'm trying to look up the members. Yeah, Luke Griffith. Which is the one that looks like
I was trying to figure that out.
Giancarlo Bodani.
Yeah. I also haven't heard anything from Margali since
his shoulder injury.
Since his shoulder injury.
Mm-hmm. This is them together. Same height, same body type.
Mm-hmm.
50% less juice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably accurate.
This is Rashigar, BJJ fanatic. Let me of freaking Craig Jones. OnlyFans, trash guy. But yeah, like, I don't know if he would be willing to. I mean, no. Actually depends where the events are going to take place too.
Probably true, yeah.
Because last time it was Vegas because of ADCC. But if it's going to be a non-ADCC year, do you think Austin will be the better place to have it? How many schools they have there? Dead Planet there. New Wave is there. B Team is there. Is there Atos team there?
There's probably Atos offshoots. But I mean, it's close to California. It's not that far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's San Diego. That's where Atos headquarters is.
Yes, I think so.
So, I mean, Austin will be they have the auditorium there that they can. I'm not sure they can have the platform, the ramp.
True. Yeah, I mean, I hope New Wave is there because I mean, they're competitors. They could really bring some good jiu-jitsu to the table, but yeah, I don't know if they'll. I really don't know. I haven't heard much.
I mean, they don't have any previous arrangement. There's no ADCC. There's no who's number one going on.
I'm sure they got some members who would love to win that kind of money.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, I don't know, Gordon, you make a lot of shit out of money by doing your endeavors and all that stuff, but dude,
I don't.
I'll become part of the team. Yeah, I need this chunk of money, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. What are the views right now of Craig Jones right now, Invitational?
Yeah.
Consideration that do you think a like streaming or something like that, like a major promotion would be willing to stream it, because that's right now 2 million views for day
Yeah,
one.
I'm sure they're willing to. I just don't know if they'd be willing to do it under the conditions that Craig Jones would lay down.
Yeah, because that's just YouTube. The Twitter, yeah, Facebook. How many views are on those?
Mm-hmm. I'm sure a lot, yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, I wonder if New Wave does not do this, if that won't be detrimental to the people coming into that gym.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, people would not be willing to go there, and they'd be willing to go to B Team because, I mean, they're relatively close.
Mm-hmm.
And if New Wave is skipping out on the best paying jiu-jitsu competition that there is, that kind of, you know, a lot of these guys are trying to actually make a living off jiu-jitsu, so that kind of defeats the purpose.
Unless they go to 10th Planet, because 10th Planet is there too.
Yeah.
So it's not like really a rival that they have beef with the gym.
Right.
Oh, I see how Daisy Fresh.
They moved. Where did they move to?
I'm not sure, but also it's not a team that we're willing to do quintet, probably.
It's true. Yep. That's true. I haven't heard much from them recently.
They were doing pretty good in Worlds. It's one of the teams that are like top performers for Worlds.
I thought they moved out of Chicago, or was it Chicago?
Yeah, I think so. They were. So look up DC Fresh BJJ. Have one in LA. Had they went up and smoked and website Elite Sport.
Well, they kind of lost one their number one performer, unfortunately.
What's that?
They kind of lost their number one performer,
What's that?
Andrew Wiltsey.
Yes.
He just went off the deep end.
Yeah. He got meth in his pot, man. I don't know.
Yeah, something.
He got like, have you heard of I think it's Argo, the fungus on Riot, Ergo.
No, I'm not sure what that is.
Now we're going to side quest now, speaking of
Okay.
going off the rails. Ergo is a member of the group of a fungus that produces alcohol that causes ergotism in humans and other mammals who consume grains contaminated with this protein structure called ergo. So it effects on humans. So ergo it like make you hallucinate. So okay, here you go. There's two types of ergotism. First, the characteristic by muscle spasm, fever, and hallucination. And the victims may appear dazed, be unable to speak, become manic, or have other forms of paralysis or tremors, and suffer hallucination and or distorted perception. This is caused by serotonergic stimulation on the central nervous system by some of the alkaloids. So, another one, the second type is the mark of violent burning, absent peripheral pulses and shooting pain in poorly vascularized distal organs such as fingers, toes. Kind of like freezing, kind of same effects. They said that have you remember that Blair Witch? Not the Blair Witch, but the Salem Witch trials.
The Salem witch trials. Yeah.
They said that this might be the reason why a lot of people were seeing people flying things like that. Because during that time they had an early winter, and they had the fungus on their ride. So whenever they harvested, a lot of people were consuming it, and they were seeing like shit, hallucinating, and they were seeing like women were flying things like that. And that's the Salem witch trials happened.
No.
Yeah,
Dang. That's wild.
yeah, that's how I was like. It's probably he has an ergo in his brain or something like that.
Yeah. Dang.
But I remember reading an article about it. Ergo, in Salem witch.
That's crazy.
How shit is that?
For real. Yeah. End up dying because some dude was hallucinating.
Yeah, listen to shit. Can't handle his tolerance.
Can't handle his wheat.
Yeah, many still believe that an ergo infestation in Massachusetts caused strange activities among some women in the 1691, eventually led to Salem witch hunts. Toxicologists now know that ergo poisoning can lead to convulsions, spasms, hallucinations, crawling sensations on the skin, and erratic behaviors. Children or youth ages 5 to 24 are the most affected. I mean, that's shitty. That's another thing going over a witch herself, going to the rabbit hole, like during the Black Plague. You see that? Okay, so going back, let me back up. See a lot of like movies in which they have witches. They have a lot of them have cats. Like they have like there's a saying that the reason why is because of Black Death. There are a lot of people that they had cats that they have the Black Death because of most of us because it's coming from was it from mice. It's the main thing that usually there's not enough mice around whenever there's cats.
Yeah.
So they consider them
I
witch.
I'd heard that before. I can't remember where I heard that, but yeah, I had heard that before. Uh, a lot of people were considered witches because they had these. Well, they were considered witches, and they had cats around, and may have just been the cats keeping disease away.
Yeah,
Which is that's crazy. That's so yeah.
yeah. But also you have crazy cat ladies. That's another side of the poem.
True, true.
It's the toxoplasma. That's what they cause them to have like to consider to be crazy like that. Toxoplasma. Have you heard of that? I think it's toxoplasma. Let's go. It's like a bacteria that's in the feces of the of the cat.
No,
Toxoplasma.
I didn't hear that.
So according to the Mayo Clinic, a toxoplasmosis is an infection with a parasite called Toxoplasma gondii. People often get the infection from eating undercooked meat. You can also get it from contact with cat feces. The parasite can pass to a baby during pregnancy. Most people infected with the parasite do not have symptoms. Some people get the flu symptoms. Serious diseases most often affect infants and people with weakened immune system. Such illnesses during the pregnancy may cause miscarriage and birth defects. Most infections don't need treatment. Drug treatment is used for people for more serious cases, pregnant people, newborns, people with weakened immune system. Well, okay. So, um, usually that is like a bacteria also that whenever like mice, they get addicted to it. So it's weird in nature, in which makes the mouse horny whenever they smell the cat pest. So actually it baits them into going to the cat to kill them. But in human, it usually affects not so much. But for women, it's going like crazy calories. But I don't know if it's because of smell ammonia, something like that. But in men, they say there's a correlation that I'm no don't quote me on this, but it's like 10% of soccer players in South America, in Europe, and also have a correlation with men that have been in motorcycle accidents because they make like the testosterone level higher and they're more like compulsive behaviors due to this right here.
Really?
Because women are carrier, but they're not affected by it as much as male. Like for example, like high-headed men, like for those countries like down South America, because also you see a lot of feral cats. So those regions.
Weird. I hadn't heard anything like that.
But that's
It's funny.
freaking Mother Nature, man. Just osmosis in men.
Weird.
Yeah,
So the
it's possible that men can increase level of testosterone, have greater chances of tuberculosis infection.
wow.
Yeah. Still in Mother Nature, yeah, okay, you have too much testosterone, time to kill yourself.
Yeah.
I also remember reading something about a long time ago. I don't know if it was that Corson mushroom or this type of mushroom in which ants eat and turn like these zombie ants. So
I
eat
had
them
heard that.
from the
Yeah.
inside out.
It's yeah, it's the fungi. They talked about that in the what is the movie? It's a show actually. It came out recently. They're coming out with season 2. What is it?
What is it on?
HBO, I think. Fungi.
Of your cordyceps.
The Last of Us. That's the one. They talk about it in that because that's how the movie plays off. Is this fungus that actually is able to take over insects like ants. In the movie, it develops a strain that can take humans.
Wow.
And so that's what it plays off of. Is it creates zombie humans.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Because I think ants, when they see like they have and have like those kind of behavior, they made like a path for it, and they go to a different path.
Really?
Paths. They don't like keep it in the same like whenever
Yeah.
they don't go to the colonies. So they have like different paths for those couple like zombie ants.
Hey. Yeah, just stay away from them.
Yeah, I mean,
That's rough.
how many ants do you think there are in the world? And also, they are able to pick up like over 100 times their body weight.
Mm-hmm.
How scary is that? And then you have zombies, ants. How scary is that?
Careful, don't gang up on us.
Oh yeah, we're fucked. We're done. Yeah, that's scary. Sort of like those movies. We should probably do an episode of post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be
Yeah,
pretty.
they're probably like closer to Halloween episode.
Yeah, right.
Post-apocalyptic episode. Things we can do.
Be
Like,
good.
yeah. Well, I mean, do you have anything else?
I think that about covers it.
I mean,
We definitely made some leaps and jumps from the progression of jiu-jitsu and the development of jiu-jitsu
yeah,
to zombie ants.
yeah. We have. Oh, thanks, Andrew Wilkes.
Yeah.
The you know close out.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoyed the podcast and the rabbit trails we covered. You can listen to us on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and iTunes. Yeah. Give us a follow on Instagram. Give us a like. Appreciate you listening. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.